What's happening, YouTube? I am your host, Nice. Welcome back to the Fight Room. If you're not a subscriber, make sure you do for the latest boxing news, feedback, and entertainment. The breakdown: Canelo Alvarez versus Billy Joe Saunders this Saturday, May 8th, live on Dazn. My thoughts and breakdown on this fight. We all heard recently about the debacle and debate about the ring size, what have you. You know, Billy Joe wants a 24 feet ring to at least a 22. Canelo was bringing in an 18-foot ring to a 20-foot ring. That's what he wanted. Matchroom said to Billy Joe Saunders and his dad, Tom Saunders, that it is what it is, 18 or 20. If you don't like it, y'all can pack up and roll out. So yeah, we heard today that Billy Joe is upset about it, and they was fuming for a couple days about it. But you know, it looks like they coming to some type of agreement in the last 2 or 3 hours, and it looks like the fight is gonna happen, ladies and gentlemen. My thoughts and breakdown on this big event, Cinco de Mayo weekend. Canelo Alvarez, superb fighter, we all know, hard puncher, has progressed over the last 3 or 4 years. You know, after the fight with Triple G, the last one, after that, Canelo was a different type of animal, a different type of fighter, a beast rather. And Billy Joe Saunders, an exceptional southpaw with magnificent footwork, able to make his opponents miss and pay. But this is the thing. Billy Joe Saunders doesn't pack that much power. 30 wins, no losses with 14 by knockout. And we all know that Canelo has that impeccable power. Now, my thoughts on this event, I think that it's going to be a 50-50 fight. I'm being honest with you guys, honestly. In other words, I'm going to say this. I think that Billy Joe has a chance, ladies and gentlemen. He does. The guy can box. The guy is pretty good with his jab, knows how to move his footwork, knows how to use the ring, knows how to dodge and weave and make you miss and make you pay. Now, the thing is, he doesn't have that much power. But it's irrelevant if you can make the guy miss and make him pay throughout the bout. Now, we all know that Canelo has problems, ladies and gentlemen, with southpaws. And to the exception, we know that he fought Erislandy Lara. And recently, Erislandy Lara stated that Canelo has improved and gotten much, much better. And in that fight with Lara and Canelo, a couple of years ago, I think it was 2013, 2014, Canelo, to me, got the short end of the stick. And I believe that Lara won that bout, but they gave it to Canelo. In other words, it is what it is, right? But now Canelo is a better, bigger, and a stronger type fighter. And he's going to fight one of the best in the 168-pound division, the WBO champ, Billy Joe Saunders. And I believe that Billy Joe is exceptional, knows how to use the ring, and this was the reason why they had a problem, an issue before this fight was being made. Now, we know that Eddie Hearn is Billy Joe Saunders' promoter. And we know that Canelo is coincide promotions with Eddie Hearn, because Canelo recently has made himself his own promoter with the situation that happened with him and Oscar parting ways. Now, with that being said, a lot of people in the United Kingdom are bashing and have been bashing Eddie Hearn because it looks like he's been siding with Canelo. But let me just say this. Canelo is the one that's bringing the money to the zone as of right now. Let's just be honest, ladies and gentlemen. He's the top fighter in that platform. And of course, Eddie Hearn is gonna side with the guy that's making the money because he's gonna bring in the moolah, in other words. So, you know, I understand the frustration of Billy Joe Saunders in that aspect, but you know, you gotta accept that. Unfortunately, I believe that Billy Joe has a chance. He really does have a chance. And if he used that ring well, and we know I think and I've heard it's gonna be a 20-foot ring, you know, a big difference from a 24-foot ring. But let's see what happens. We know that Canelo is good in moving forward and pressuring the fighters more than moving around. You know, Billy Joe is a better all-around mover with his footwork. than Canelo. Though we've seen Canelo use his footwork before, especially with the first Triple G fight, and people was hating on him that he was using his footwork. And I believe that Triple G was just upset that, you know, Canelo was using his footwork throughout that first fight and did quite well, honestly. And to me, that was a close fight if you really watch that fight. But moving on, you know, Billy Joe, I think, is going to shock a lot of people in this fight. I think he's gonna have this fight. I think, honestly, I think he's gonna have this fight going 12 rounds. And we know that Canelo said just recently that he's looking for the knockout. And he's been looking for the knockout ever since he had that 12-round bout with Triple G. After that, he just wanted to start knocking people out, you know. And it's okay, it's all right, you know. Look for the knockout, but I don't think that he's gonna find this knockout with Billy Joe Saunders. Honestly, people are saying that Billy Joe might get knocked out, and there are people, even Chris Eubank recently was stating on Dazn Boxing that he put 10 stacks for Canelo to knock out Billy Joe Saunders. Maybe he might be hating a little bit. Why I say that? You know, Billy Joe beat him, a 12-round decision at one point. So, you know, it could be the reason why he put a 10-stack head on Billy Joe Saunders. Billy Joe is an exceptional, well-rounded type of fighter, good footwork, doesn't pack power, but he knows how to frustrate his opponents. And I believe that he's going to do that with Canelo come this fight. You know, his dad, Tom Saunders, stated that he has, you know, not seen his son in such a shape for such a fight. And it looks like he's ready, solid, and ready to go. And it has been showing some new regimen, if you will, for this fight. So I am excited for this bout. I hope it takes place. I haven't got into the full depth in what's going on in the last hour, but I've heard that it's going to take place, and I'm glad it will, and it should. I don't think that Eddie Hearn is gonna make this slip off the door, if you know what I mean. So, excellent fight. I think, honestly, it's gonna be 50-50. I think that Billy Joe is going to frustrate Canelo, but I think that Canelo has the tools and regimen to eventually overcome Billy Joe. It's still a 50-50 fight to me. So it is going to be exciting, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure you tune in this Saturday, live at Dazn. Canelo Alvarez versus Billy Joe Saunders. A fight to watch, ladies and gentlemen, at the 168-pound division for the WBC, WBA, WBO, and I think the IBF. Y'all already know, I am your host, Nice. Like, comment, subscribe. Till then, most of all, don't forget, share the Fight Room.